Privet, this is Savage, and I present to you Dragon Age Origins. This time again with the penultimate origin, the Dwarf Noble. As the favored child of the Dwarven King, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family and sycophants may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield.
Greetings.
Again, no editing, I'll just take him as he is. I selected a warrior, I think, which means that constitution is just fine. Dexterity and strength. Apparently as a dwarf I get a boost here and some things. Let me take coercion, not that I'm going to use it much. Precise striking. If I knew what weapon I'm getting, then I would have an easier time choosing. Ah, I'm getting a weapon and shield, I guess. Shield defense, shield block. 200 archery, dual weapon. Shield bash, shield pommel. Well, why not? Let's go. I want to play an archer, but I don't know
Deep
if
beneath the Frostbacked Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of two known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endren of House Aiducan, the 9th Aiducan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue, and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
yes, let them see me as a warrior.
Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
You, my friend, are ridiculous.
One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
The art of ruling is rather boring.
If you say so. Listening to 100 lords complain that their neighbors use the same underhanded tactics they themselves employ would tire on me after about, a minute. Still, there are other excitements. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
The proving sounds appealing. Let's go have a look.
Right behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
Yes, this is... Shut up. I quite like the Dwarf Noble origin. Story-wise, it's pretty brilliant. To be quite honest, I really like it. It's fun. One of the more troublesome ones, I think. And about the Dalish, I wanted to say something and forgot. That's the only one where I'm not recruited because I am going to be murdered otherwise, but because it's my only chance not to
Good day, Lord Iduka.
just die by myself. I have no idea where I'm going actually.
Very well.
Not here it seems.
Very well.
You have a voice made of horrors. Oh, as a dwarf I will be playing a female. You are probably a warrior too, yes of course. I will be playing a female rogue then, and I hope an archer, but I don't know if I can get to pick my weapon. That might also mean that I'm wasting a point into an ability I can't use. But what can you do? Wait, I didn't explore that northern wing there.
Congratulations on being named commander, my lord.
I like the not turning minimap, by the
I
way.
am at your service.
I found that a little disconcerting in Inquisition, and I am not sure, I probably could have stopped it from rotating, but I like looking... I like north being north. Diamond core? Nah.
No sign of trouble here.
I'll go there
News
anyway,
begun.
at one point I guess.
You sure you want to go to the feast now? I doubt we can escape to see the provings once we're inside.
Oh. You're right. Let's go see the provings first.
I can't wait to see who's fighting today.
Yeah, the proving apparently isn't up there. Yeah, alright. Never mind.
I am proud to serve the Idukas.
Yes, good. Never enter battle with your bare hands. Yes, I try. When I'm not woken up
Your
naked,
father has allowed me.
I usually don't. Where is the proving? I think there across
Merchants to
the
show their
bridge,
wares in
isn't
the
it?
Diamond Quarter during these celebrations.
Damn it.
I'm sure we can work this out reasonably. It's in the records. There's nothing I can do.
For such a small bolt of cloth, that's outrageous. You certainly have some gall, Archer.
Nothing.
My lord, these are servants. Dyed with the finest saffron.
Our trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my siblings second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Don't speak to Gorham like that.
I speak to lower houses and castes as they should be spoken to. Now do as I say.
Keep barking orders. I'm sure I'll care someday.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
I'll go when I'm ready.
Stubborn, aren't you? When I'm king, I will help you get over that. Come, Balin.
I'm learning something here.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king.
He means well.
You always defend him. I wish I had your understanding.
The thing is, this story gets a little interesting, and when it does, I will remember that. I mean, I am... yeah. It changes my perspective on things a little bit, I must admit. This is interesting to hear. So, let me see what I got. Gloves. Mine are better. That's a two-handed thing. Right.
My lord, are you heading to the proving arena?
I was considering it.
We have been charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded.
But why?
I did mention the merchants that won permits to show their goods in the Diamond Quarter. There were only so many permits auctioned off, and quite a few were turned away. Your father fears you will be harassed on the way to the proving.
This is silly, but I will comply.
Will we be leaving then?
Yes.
We are at your command.
Do I actually have to do the proving? Or do I just watch?
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor?
No, I've come to fight.
Your Highness, this proving is in your honor.
Then honor him by doing as he says. My Lord Idukan will fight in this proving.
I will honor today's warriors by testing their skills.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late
We'll
entry
return
to these
here
provings,
later.
held on the
Much
eve
later.
of battle for the honor of House Idukan. I give you the Lord Idukan himself. Are you ready for your first match?
Wait a second, I need to see that. Am I? Yes, I am. Of course.
And let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Idukan.
Yeah.
Lord Idukan will fight Aler Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
The honor is mine.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
The rule for provings was, if I recall correctly, fights don't kill.
Fight for honor!
And if I recall correctly, we will later meet someone who didn't keep that rule or didn't obey that rule and got into huge trouble for killing a guy in the proving. But I don't know if I'm right about that.
The winner is Lord Idukan.
Yes, technically he's dead, but you know, game mechanics and such. He's not.
That was quite a fight. Aler Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent?
I'll tear her apart.
Excellent. Let us go. This is a glory proving.
He says the same thing all the time, yes.
Eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor
This is a paragon, I
of House
assume.
Idukan.
Pretty, aren't they?
Lord Idukan will fight Adol Helmi, eldest daughter of Lady Helmi.
I think we will meet that
Honor
Helmi
and glory
person.
to your house, your highness.
And to yours.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
Oh, come on.
As you say.
is he? Just in case.
That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him?
I am.
Then let us begin.
Enthusiastic.
This is a glory proving. Fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar. For the honor of House Idukan.
I came to like the dwarves only when I played Awakening, to tell the truth, because
Lord Idukan will fight Sir Blackstone, deep-road squad leader of the warrior caste.
because I found
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
old men don't frighten me.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
The
Shall be done.
I could run away from him, I guess. But I won't. And down you go. Right, that settles that. I think I like playing a warrior. Why don't I play a warrior?
The winner is Lord Idukan.
Who would I take with me? Zevran, Liliana, and Dwin. Ha! Don't make me know I don't want to play a warrior. I want to play a warrior in Inquisition then.
Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Franklin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first?
Let me meet him.
Of course.
Let me at him.
This is a glory proving. Fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar. For the honor of House Idukan.
I don't think I did that when I first played the Dwarven Origin. I think I
Down to just 2 warriors.
ran
Backbones of
back down when I
stone
was
and
challenged by my
wheels of
brother.
iron. They have defeated all others this day. Lord Idukan will fight Franklin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
May you be a stone.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
Maybe I will run away from him for a bit. He seems to hit and miss. Down you go. As Alistair would say, stay down. You hear that soon enough. Come on. Goodbye.
The winner is Lord Idukan.
I like playing warriors. Here's the deal. I like that.
Congratulations. Franklin Ivo is as fierce a competitor as I've ever seen. You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner, is yours.
Ha ha ha. I'll wear it proudly.
Your glory honors every warrior here.
Alright, I just got an item. And a good one at that. That was totally worth it. Let's go. See, that's my armor is reduced because...
My lord,
I'm ready to leave.
your wish is our command.
Yeah, what did I want to say? Hey, here I am. Let's go to the feast now, because the proving's done. I've got my helmet and I am going to go back meekly-ish. Covered in blood? No, no longer, but I was covered in blood. One should still be, I guess. This is closed, so we go here. Off we trot. So that was the proving, and now we go and have a feast. And what a feast it will be. Where are we? Here. Yeah, that's it.
Look, the Grey Wardens are here. The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. Wardens only go where the Darkspawn are the greatest threat.
Aren't they always the greatest threat in the dwarven cities and areas? I'm taking everything I can, as always.
As you say.
I'm looking for. I mean, I'll say a few words on what I plan to do when I'm creating the character for my duster, because there I will actually go through the entire mess of character creation.
Many thanks for your willingness to hear me out, my lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Of course, Lord Dace.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week, and a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
What cause?
The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause.
Of course, it's the right thing to do.
When your father presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
Nothing. I'll do that if I get a chance. I don't think that will be in the origin story, but still.
You're a fool.
I am at your service.
Your mother would melt the stone if she knew what you just did.
Excuse me?
Lord Dace is playing you false. Go ahead, be his puppet. Your first command will be marked by every major house turning their back on you.
If you have something to say, do so.
If you are to play in the games of the Assembly, make sure you know the motivations of the players. Last spring, a guild from the Merchant caste invested heavily in an expedition with a guild from the surface. Lord Dace backed the Merchant Guild, pouring a great deal of money into the venture.
What difference does it
The
make?
expedition was a disaster.
I don't see how this relates to anything.
Lord Dace lost a great deal of money and prestige. The Surface Guild has no way to repay the investment, but it does have several leading members who are descended from noble houses. House Helmi, Bimo, Dukin.
Gorim, can you follow all this?
She's saying that if the air-touched dwarves have their connections to their houses restored, you'll end up footing the bill for Lord Dace's disaster.
Oh, if I were 20 years younger, I'd bed you just to get some of that quick wit in my house. Your house and mine would be forced to pay the Servicers' kin debts. It would be a great victory for Lord Dace.
Fine, let's Lord Dace think he's fooled me.
Just so, my clever friend.
I don't like her.
Smile and nod, and when he asks his question, tell him that the so-called Surface Caste are right where they belong. That should take Lord Dace down a peg or two.
I'll think about it.
Good. Your house's reputation hangs in the balance.
This is why I don't like Orzammar. Politics. Too many politicians. Everyone cooking their own soup. Everyone lying. The thing is, everyone's lying. And you'll find that out when you... I'm not going back to him. You'll find that out when you have the dwarven backgrounds and then get back to Orzammar in the main quest. You'll see how everyone lies.
Reconsider. Trade
Lied.
contracts alone could bring great
lied.
prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mido. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses?
Of course, father.
So dutiful. Very well, let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called Surface Caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
They are as we are, and should have their rights returned.
Thank you, my lord. I am satisfied.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle!
Oh yeah.
As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trian and send him to me. He may be watching the Provings, or getting some rest in his rooms.
That's why they arrest. No, I won't say that. Of course, father.
Walk well, commander.
Alright, I will save here and stop because this is... I have 4 minutes left in this round. In other words, this was Servatia and Dragon Age Origins Buvite.